What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And I have a knife overview for you. This is the Worx Osprey EDX, and this knife was sent in to the channel by my friend Craig. And thank you very much, Craig. Craig's Instagram will be linked in the description below. Give him a follow. Great guy, great knife collection. All right, let's go over the specs real quick, and then we'll do a couple size comparisons. All right, overall length of this knife, 7.38 inches. Blade length's 3¼ inches. Close length's 4.17. The blade stock thickness is 130 thousandths. It's M390 blade steel with a nice deep hollow grind on the blade. This is I call this a frame lock. Some people may consider this a bolster lock, but I would consider this to be a frame lock. It's right on case ceramic ball bearings. It does have a ceramic ball detent. And yeah, nice looking knife too. Pocket clip works extremely well. It is reversible, so left hand, right hand, tip up carry. Beautiful milling here around the pivot. It's like diamond texturing. It feels really nice too. It gives you a lot of traction, but it's not painful. All right, let's do a couple size comparisons, because there's a couple knives that this one just really reminds me of the shape of anyway here. The Real Steel Sakura, size-wise, very similar to that. Also another one that definitely reminds me of a little bit, the Benchmade Bug Out. It's very similar in size to both of those knives. This one weighs 3.1 ounces. By the way, I don't think I told you the weight. Let's see here. Here is the Giant Mouse Ace Clyde. A little bit longer than Ace Clyde. Here is the Mini Evo by Sharp by Design. Very similar looking knives there. Thickness wise, very similar. Weight and everything about these two are very similar. Here's the Tactile Rockwall. Then we'll do a couple of Spydercos real quick. Here's the Smock. Quite a bit smaller than Smock. And here is the Pair 3. Very similar in length to the Pair 3. So that should give you guys a good idea on the size. Ergos. Ergos are extremely good on this knife. Actually, I would call this ergonomic perfection. Whether you're in a normal grip back here or if you choke up to that forward finger choil, ergos are phenomenal on this knife. It feels so good in the hand. There's nothing to complain about with ergos. The only thing I would ask for maybe would be some jimping up here to land your thumb on. But, you know, not a huge deal. But, yeah, I think it would benefit from a little jimping there. Yeah, but the ergos are fantastic. You do have a lanyard hole back there, by the way. I could do without the hole through the scale personally, but, you know, some people like lanyards. I don't know why, but, you know, some people do. Action. All right, flipper action on this knife is fantastic. You can't fail this knife. And this is OEM by Riyadh, so it's not really a surprise. But, yeah, it's not failable. You can't fail it. I don't care how lightly you push. You can push button it or light switch it. It is not going to fail. You also have a fuller on this knife. And this is the one thing I really would, it's not really a complaint, it's more of a nitpick, I'd say, because I like to fidget with my knife. So if I'm holding this knife to use the flipper, right, and I flick it out, I can't get to that fuller from the same position, right? I got to slide further up the blade to get to that fuller. There's not a whole lot of room in there for that fuller either. You can get it. You got a nice sharp edge right there that your finger will catch. It's just, I feel like I'm too high up on the handle when I'm using it. It just feels awkward to me. But obviously you can do it just fine. If I can do it, anybody can do it. The flipper is fantastic though. So yeah, I don't know what they could really do about that. Would be to take this down a little further, right? Come down a little further. Maybe bring that fuller down a little further. I don't know. It's just very, very high up on the spine of the blade, and I do miss it occasionally. That's more to do with my arthritis in my knuckle, because you really got to bend to get your finger in there, you know, bend a lot to get in there. But yeah, it works fine. You get used to it, but initially for me, it feels pretty awkward being that high up the blade to reverse flick the knife. Yeah, that's really the only thing about this knife that I can really nitpick about. Everything else about this thing is fantastic. I mean, the fit and finish, the ergos, the deep hollow grind. Yeah, great knife. Great gentleman's knife. I'd consider this a gentleman's knife. These run about $350 when you can find them in stock. I don't think they are in stock anywhere at the moment. If they are, I will link them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all on the next one.